Good morning, everyone. I think we were able to see the LOL Lock Watcher. I could see it. Anyways, good morning. How's everyone doing? I want to offer a little insight this morning because we need to film. We know that. It's time to film this video. Good morning, good morning. So, yeah, we're going to try not to drop anything in the coffee this morning because that set the stage for everything yesterday. But this morning, basically, my goal was to get out of bed, get my first coffee down as fast as possible so I can have the effects of the caffeine. But yeah, I just want to show you a little something behind the scenes of being a YouTuber. So I used to, here, let me do a little switcheroo here. There we go. Okay, this is Brave, right? Yeah, this is Brave. Okay, so I used to do videos for Banggood. They used to send me stuff all the time. This was bought. I think they sent me this. Hold on. Let me see if I can log into my Banggood account. My orders. It doesn't save that far back. Okay, well. Anyways, morning, JB. Should be 110. Oh, maybe. Fixed. Good morning, bipedal. Anyways, I used to do reviews for Banggood stuff all the time. I don't know like what era it was in, but I'm sure if I back up enough, I'll be able to show you. Okay, yeah, so this one was sent by Banggood. What else? That was sent directly by that company. This was sent by Banggood. No. Hold on, let me check. Where did I get this? I didn't buy this, did I? I don't know if O1 reached out for that one. Hang on, we gotta go back a little bit. We gotta go back. I needs to do stuff. This is a shit thumbnail for what this is. What the hell did Banggood send me? I know, anyways, we used to have an agreement. They used to, let me quote unquote shop on their site. Okay, this was from Banggood. Pretty sure. Yes. Okay, so that was from Banggood. So this is the era, about 3 years ago. Used to do stuff for Banggood, and it was fun. This was from Banggood. This was from Banggood. So, anyways, I used to this is from Banggood. So I used to do some cool stuff, and they just reached out recently, and they want me to look at some more stuff. So I just want to show you. Oh, this was from Banggood too, 4 years ago. and a solar panel. Yeah, so anyways, I want to show you what it looks like when they send you stuff. So they reached out. They want to send me 1 or 2 items. Here's the stuff that they are interested in sending me. So you got, let's see if we can get 2 reviews. Okay, so not a lot of reviews, so it must be a fairly new product. $100 Canadian. And it's a 70 megahertz, 200 meg samples per second. Kind of a generic handheld scope. We've got this guy here, 2000 watt NPPT tester. Tests solar panels. Pretty cool device, actually. USB protocol sniffer, but only for USB 2 and USB 1. We got a automotive battery tester. Yeah, low reviews. So they're looking for reviews on these things and get them sold. A 5-channel, 1 megahertz, 3 megahertz sampling rate. Is this a... Yeah, it's a scope. Yeah, with a waveform. Yeah. So again, I've got a couple of these. Some... I don't know what this is. Full band radio DSP. Is it just a radio? This here, insulation tester, so up to 1,000 volts by Finersi. We've got whatever this is, full band radio receiver. We've got a Bluetooth transmitter with EQ and stuff. That's pretty interesting for like car stuff. Thermal camera that's USB. A walkie-talkie, but like I guess CB transceiver. Yeah, I don't know. Just I'm not really in the world of radio stuff, but this looks like a fairly expensive version, and then a pair of different radios. So when a YouTuber gets like suggested what to be sent, I'll just show you the thought process. So when I see this, I quickly look through and see what interests me. So a solar MPPT tester. Good morning, Gerald. Man, my voice is shit this morning. So an MPPT tester is interesting, but we are going in winter now. Let me just check real quick here. So the sun is really low on the horizon. The sunrise at 7:30 in the morning. The sunset is at 6 at night. Not good time for sun stuff. But it is cool. Don't get me wrong. It is pretty freaking cool. So this would be on the maybe pile. USB sniffer. I don't do anything with protocols. So I'm pass on that. Automotive battery tester. Slightly interesting for me. Hard to describe in a YouTube video though. I would have to put like a multimeter and a current clamp on it to see how it does its testing. It could be interesting, but my audience does not care about automotive stuff. 4-channel oscilloscope. Interesting, but I think the sampling rates is pretty low. 3 meg samples per second is pretty low. So not great. You really want this to be in the gig samples per second or close. That's very low. So kind of kind of a toy, and it's tiny. 4.3-inch display. So your chances of getting good like measurements out of 4 channels is kind of low. So no on that. Yeah, this, so I don't even know what this is. So in order for me to learn what it is enough to make a video, no thank you. This one's interesting, an insulation tester, but I feel like 1,000 volts. If I were to get one, I'd want one that goes a bit higher, I believe. I believe they're supposed to go up higher than that. So let's go this Habo test. Yeah, that one goes to 2,500, and it's about the same price. What about this one that's cheaper? Okay, only 1,000. That's the Finercy. What about a good brand? Can I have a zoomed in? 2,500, 2,500. This one's 1,000. So, I mean, it is what it is. Mildly interested in that. And then thermal camera, I've already got a Cadillac of the thermal camera world in that Unity. But the reason why I wouldn't want this one is because I don't want to plug any random shit into my phone. And yeah, I'm not into radios. So what in here interests you guys the most? So we've got the handheld scope, we've got an MPPT tester, a USB sniffer, a automotive battery tester, 4-channel tiny oscilloscope. I don't know what this is. Insulation tester. I don't know what this is. A Bluetooth transmitter. I really don't know, like, what's the pitch on this. Is this for testing or is this for, I don't know. I have no idea. So yeah, what interests you guys? Because I'll tell you, I think I'm gonna pass on this. If you're a small YouTuber and you're looking for traction, making videos about products is phenomenal. Like if you can get on that train, because let's see, this is 118,000, this review. This was also sent for free, so I bought this one. But this was sent for free, and look, 120,000 views. This was sent for free, 100,000 views. So like, if you're a small YouTuber, don't look down upon like freebies, because they can bump your channel. This, look, Handtech oscilloscope. I bought that one, but it's still a product review. This one was sent for free. This was from Banggood. 40K views. This was sent for free. I mean free. Free asterisk. Oh yeah, the RD6018 was from them. So there's an asterisk on the free though, because you have to pay income taxes on it. At least in Canada. But yeah, have a think about it. But for me, I don't want to commit to making a video when I can barely make the videos that bring me income. The other thing that's cool though is they said just browse the tools if there's anything you want. But watch this. If you sort by price, you can get a mini excavator. I don't know what the shipping would be like. Like, this is 100% they wouldn't send me one of these. That would be crazy. To be honest though, if they would be willing to send an excavator, I would send this to BitLooney to see see if they'll send it to him. You know what? I'm gonna send this to BitLooney right now. I have him on Discord somewhere. So if those of you who don't know, BitLooney has been raising funds. Is it BitLooney raising funds? He wants to buy an excavator. I don't know if it's GoFundMe. Or Indiegogo. Let's go to BitLooney. Oh, where's his live stream? Okay. So where's his GoFundMe? Oh no. Don't tell me I have to go to his Twitch channel. But anyways, he has some sort of GoFundMe where he's trying to buy an excavator. Pretty sad that I can't find the link. But anyways, point being, if you were in my position, which tool would you get? I asked for a microscope, and they said no. But they didn't say no because they didn't want to. Well, at least that's not what they said. They said no because it wasn't in stock anymore. So perhaps I'll get a microscope. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. Anyways, tangents aside. Oh. Okay, hang on. I'm breaking everything here. Okay. Had to unplug my power supply. Okay, so today we are going to film this. We're going to get this done. And so the deadline is not today. Today's the 23rd. Deadline is the 25th. But it would be nice to get this off my plate. Did BitLooney answer me? Yeah, he did. Hang on, let me just answer him. There we go. Yes, so I want to finish filming this today. We've got the, we should write down what the sensors are. Got my WOW stick charged up. Oh, and I'll ask BitLooney for his, also, I am currently live. Can you send me the link for your GoFundMe for the excavator? I'm gonna see if I can get the link to Mr. Looney's excavator. Where's my scribe driver? Okay. Oh, I got the GoFundMe. Copy link. Also, this conversation is not on screen, but I am reading out most of what I type to you. All right. There we go. So BitLooney pinning this. Not sure to link my stream. Give me a sec. All right, YouTube. This is my stream. I'm being a full boomer here. Please no audio. Yeah. There we go. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Looney. So we were just browsing in so we were just browsing the Banggood. Okay, here's the full story. Banggood sent me links to stuff they want to send me. I'm not super interested in any of them, but I did explain that while I was looking for stuff, I noticed that you can get excavators. So I said I would send you the link, and then I did. So we're almost there, folks. The IR cameras are great. Yeah, I've got a big boy IR camera, which I don't want to flaunt too much there, but she was pricey. So Flat Things, I think they are lawnmowers, like robotic lawnmowers. So essentially, the deal is that Banggood wants to collab again. These things, yeah, lawnmowers. They do look like tanks. So Banggood wants to collab again, but it's just I'm not in the right mental space to commit to making a video on some stuff that I'm not going to be using afterwards. They have like really nice equipment. Like, look at this fancy stuff. But like, I would never ask for this because I have no idea how to use this. You'd watch a snowplow remote tank. Well, I need a snowplow. I don't think they're gonna send me a, $1,000 item, much less a $5,000 item. Look at this. So Unity said they were gonna send me this just to look at. They were gonna like lend it to me. They never did. Banggood sent you a Rigol scope. Which one, the 1054Z? You're a much bigger channel than mine. I mean, wait. No, that's me. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. 350K. You have 10x. Or 50K. Look at these views. 1.6 million. Freaking powerhouse. You just need to make more of these. Because it's... I love the preview. Oh boy. So anyways, the goal today is to record a video. So video will be on the DHT 11, DHT 22. Now this one I never remember. I think it's 280. Yeah. BM 280. And the Dallas, I never remember the number, 18B20. So we need to record that, edit it, make a thumbnail, collect money, pay the mortgage guy and the tax man, and then we will survive for another month. The life of a YouTuber. Ask for the scope. So I asked for a couple of things that I actually want, because to be honest, I have 3 scopes now. One that I bought, the Rigol DS1054Z, and then 2 that were sent to me kindly. One from Unity, and one from Keysight. And I have a video idea, if you must ask, where I have to set up a scope. Like, I don't have a scope up in my equipment store up here. I have a power supply, I've got a 5.5 digit multimeter, and I have a function gen, but I don't have a scope up there. So every time I need a scope, I need to pull my scope out, set it up, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to do like a bachelor-esque video where I will rate my 3 scopes that I have over a course of a whole bunch of like things that are important, like UI speed, sampling rate, max, all that stuff. And I will give them points, and at the end I will give it a rose to the scope that will become my main scope. It'll go up here. This is my ambitious ideas for videos that may never happen, but we will see. there's no guarantees, but then again, it is what it is. Plus, my main cheerleaders aren't here today. But Gerald is here. Gerald is doing probably work though. So yeah, that's the deal. So everyone, if you have an extra $1 or $2, send it to BitLooney. He's going to do great work with the excavator. He's going to feed the hungry, and by feed the hungry I mean dig holes. He's going to end world poverty, and by end world poverty, of course, I mean dig holes. He's going to also end all world wars. And by that, of course, I mean he's going to dig holes. And he's also going to donate everything he owns to charity. And by that, I mean he's going to dig holes. It is... why is it not monetized? Because nobody watches. I've got... I don't have enough subscribers to monetize. I've got 200 subscribers on this live stream. But honestly, to be fair, the live stream has nothing to do with monetization. The live stream is here so I can make videos for the main channel. So it's just like a less lonely way to make videos, essentially. So it doesn't actually bother me that it's not monetized. Yeah. He could he could dig a hole. You know what? Judging by where BitLooney is located, I would say a hole to Austria would be less work, but he could, dig to Australia. He could also dig to Canada. I mean, when you get close to here, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. Is hole digging boring? No. If he gets a boring machine, that's going to be multiple hundreds of millions of dollars of more. So let's start with the digger. And I'm being very careful, YouTube. Look at the subtitles. Digger. D-I-G-G-E-R. That's the proper term for it. Yeah. Have you checked the price of a hole boring machine? It's expensive. You know what I should have done yesterday? Printed a version of this that isn't crap. Well, it's too late now. Much too late. But yeah, if you have extra cash, either you donate to the cause of fixing the microscope, or you send money to BitLooney. Personally, I have already sent money to BitLooney, so that is my contribution. So my opinion on which one is more worth it. Sorry about the microphone noise. So, if you want to follow my lead, donate to BitLooney. And end world hunger. And by that I mean make BitLooney dig holes. Should I swap the battery? Probably should swap the battery. Let's try hole maker. So the thing is, in England, that's what they call it. D-I-G-G-E-R. Weird, huh? And they're the ones who invented English. Here I would call it a mini excavator, but that's like not efficient. My boss has got a mini excavator, and you can find them on Facebook. Let me see if I can go on. Yeah, Canada. Sadly, I know how to drive a excavator. I've well, not sadly, but thankfully I've done it on other people's dime. Can I find an excavator here in Canada, the Chinese ones? Yes. Here we go. Now, this is not doxing me, right? No. I don't have a capture card. That's what's broken. I was borrowing my wife's capture card. So here we go. Here in Ottawa, you can pick up these. So these are just Chinese excavators, and this company just put their sticker on it. But this is almost exactly what my boss has. My boss has one level higher, but he got the thumb. So he's got this, but his cylinder is on the back here. Because when you're cradling rocks, you can bend your cylinder. Let me just go back here before I... So 7,000 Canadian. Let's see if there's another one. Yeah, my wife, well, it's hard for me, like, I don't want to say what she's reviewed or not, because some of the stuff that she's seen, she hasn't edited yet, so it's not like public that she's seen it. So here we go. This is a full cab though. This is a big one. But see how the cylinder is on the back? It's so you don't damage your cylinder when you're grabbing rocks. So my boss got this one, but with the cylinder on the back. Yeah, kind of like this one. It says $5,000, but it's probably a little bit more. So, yeah. Excavators. Leave the cacti alone. Not sure what you mean, Mr. Looney. So yeah, I can drive an excavator. I have driven an excavator. I've fixed excavators. I've worked on tractors. I've worked, actually, because I'm procrastinating making the video, I have worked on and driven so a slightly older version of this guy. Yeah. Mine wasn't that fancy, but... Oh, it was pointing at the cacti? Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I've worked on these snow groomers. This one looks pretty much exactly like the smaller one I've worked on. They are expensive. All the parts are expensive. Somewhere I have a brass bushing that we replaced and it was like $500. Yeah, so yeah, worked on these. There's a version with a little bit bigger than this that I worked on, but yeah, they have this cage. Pretty fancy. And Jeremy Renner, not Brenner. The thing is, I will tell you, Jeremy Renner's excavator groomer must have had its safeties disabled, or it slid forward. It slid sideways. So if you look at these tracks, you see how the grooves are like left to right? I don't know if that's obvious enough. See how the slots are left to right? There is no chance this thing slides front to back. But if you do get it on an incline sideways, it can slide sideways. So if it was like tilted sideways and he went out here to shovel something or whatever, this could have slid and crushed him. But when you open the door, it disables the hydraulics. It's actually kind of annoying because when you have to detrack them, you like here, you see there's no track on it. So you have to change the tracks on them. It's a big pain in the ass because you got to coordinate with the person outside. So if he did, how did Jeremy Renner get hurt by a groomer? Roll forward. Yeah, malfunctioning has to be a malfunction because these things are very, very safe. So this is dumb. You do not. Okay, you can't jump back in the cab. And the reason is, so he had a piston bully. The access to the cab. So I've worked on a piston bully too. Piston bully. The access to the cab is through the tracks. So you have to stand on the track, open the door, and climb in. So yeah, it must have been a mechanical fault. And I'll tell you, these things are extremely expensive to fix. Like here, yeah, here, this is perfect. You can see, I mean, this is the width of your foot. So if it's moving forward, the door opens this way. These things are terrifying. Climb from behind, yeah, get on here, and then, because you play video games. The other thing is the track is flexible. So like this wheel will push this up, but your weight will push it down in between, and these things, they will grip on your foot. Yeah, it opens this way. There's the handle, there's the hinge. And so if it's going forward, it's constantly wanting to shoot you off of it. It's not something to mess with. It's truly, I would truly recommend that nobody gets in one that has defeated safety systems, which people do all the time, by the way. Like for example, the door switch, right? It shuts off the hydraulics when you open the door. But if it goes bad, yeah, new anxiety unlocked. If it goes bad, the switch is probably like $800 or $300 for the part plus the install. So it's like $800. And so the mechanic might be tempted to short the switch to disable it. You'll see excavators with that all the time, like disabled the weight switches and all those things. And so if the safety features were defeated, you know, that's part of the problem. So yeah, there was, like, just for an example, I replaced a level sensor on the hydraulic tank. all it does is it reports on the little screen inside how much hydraulic fluid you have left. So when it's low, it can give you a warning and shut down the hydraulics. Well, that sensor was like $800. It's ridiculous. It's just a liquid level sensor. But you can't even buy just an automotive one to replace it with, because it's a 24 volt system. So it's crazy. Happened only because he was paid. He's probably the least paid Avenger. He's also the least powerful Avenger. The weakest Avenger. Okay. Let's try an intro, and if it's bad, we're going to do it again. All right, quiet on set, quiet on set. And yes, I have my mic on. You almost certainly have a collection of these, which are temperature and humidity, and some of them do a little bit more. No, wait, no, we're going to do that again. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. We're going to do it again. You almost certainly have a whole bunch of these in your collection. So these are temperature sensors, and some of them do humidity and some of them do more. We have DHT11s, DHT22s, BM280s, and the Dallas 18B20 in here. So why haven't you made a project with them yet? Well, it's probably because you're a little bit... So why haven't you made a project with them yet? Well, you're probably a little intimidated by the fact that you need to do... So why haven't you made a project with this yet? Nope. We're going to do it again until we get it right. So why haven't you made a project with them yet? Well, it's probably because the libraries for this only handle the temperature sensing itself and not the display. Well, I've done all the hard work. Let's try again. Well, I have gone and made it easy for you. Not only have I made example projects for each one of these sensors, and also an example project that uses all of these sensors, but my sponsor and I, PCBWay, teamed up to make the perfect combiner board for you. So all you have to do is get one of these boards, use an RP2040, or an ESP32 that fits this footprint, and you're off to the races. Let's check out these boards and what they do. We're going to have to do that again. If you as an Avenger can be defeated by a snowblower, it's because the DH ones suck. They just saturate at 100% humidity. Oh, interesting. What did I not like about it? I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, we're gonna do this again from the start till I'm happy. Do another take and get it right. Strengthen. Hey, stop it. They're referring to yesterday when I was showing off my 3D print. I dropped it in my coffee. Should I should sell it now because it's a famous piece of 3D printing. Where'd it go? Someone must have broken into my house and stolen it, just like they did to the Louvre. Huh. I don't know where my famous 3D print is now. Well, I just made it even more valuable because now nobody can find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it does. It's just coffee. Sometimes it breaks off. Here's my coffee dipped 3D print with all the microplastics on it, which were then in my coffee. But yeah, this is the coffee dipped version. All right, let's try this again. I wasn't quite happy with that take. That was perfect. Just go on. No. What did I miss with the ladder truck? The chat is live. Pretty crazy. Where's my mouse cursor? All right. Do it again. So is this the BM280 or BMP? Because in my mind it's a BMP. Let's see. BM280. Yes, BM280. No, it's BME. Oh, you idiot. Okay. Prints dipped in coffee, cola, lemonade, tea, checking the strength of each print. I mean, I can do that. But you know for sure at the end of this video that we're filming, I'm going to... Well, this is BM... What is this? It says GY/BM. It says EP280. So what is it? It has no markings. Whatever, I'm calling it BMP. BMP sounds better. Okay. BMP. All right, do another take and get it right. And are these the DHT 11s? Yes, they are. The 22s are these. GIF, not GIF. GIF is peanut butter. Get the focus right. Good. All right. You almost certainly have a whole bunch of these sensors in your collection. Here we've got the DHT11s, DHT22s, the BMP280, and the Dallas 18B20. Usually not on these little boards. But why haven't you made any projects with them? Well, maybe if it's like me, it's because the libraries for these things only come with the actual sensor handling. They don't have any sort of display or circuit or anything like that. Okay, I think that was a good one. Now we need to say, so I've gone ahead and done the hard part for you. I have written code for each one of these sensors to display on an OLED screen. And on top of that, I have designed a PCB to make it all neat and tidy. Thanks to today's sponsor, PCBWay. All you need for this is an RP2040 or an ESP32 or one of the ESP32 variants. This PCB and my code, and you'll be off to the races. Let's take a look at these PCBs and I'll show you the features. Okay, good. On to the next one. Let's do it. Use the word weird. You know, I'm not sure anybody actually knows what the algo likes and doesn't like. It doesn't like me. Actually, that's not even true. I can't even say that anymore. My last video got like 35 times my regular views. Not my last video, the one before that. My last video was back to normal with my craptastic views. I'm glad that my community is passionate because there ain't a lot of you. Let's just put it that way. I think this looks like a nice little surface. Now let's make sure it'll actually focus. Minimum focusing distance kind of sucks on this lens. Nah, it won't focus. Zoom out. Won't focus. God damn it. Yeah, thank you. The this video, the I2C scanner, which a lot of the comments were saying is useless, got like 35,000 views, something like that. Love it. All the comments are like, why don't you just look up the I2C address on the datasheet? Why don't you just read the datasheet? And the answer is, it's so much faster to plug in 4 connectors, or even if you have the STQT, which are here. Tricorder, yeah. I tried to make it reasonable, but it is what it is. Okay, so we can't film this. Thanks for nothing. Frickin' $1,000 lens. Will this work? So the problem with having it further is I can't see it. Oh, I put BMP 280 on the directly on the silk, so it's a BMP 280. Your mom reads the data sheet. The thing is, when I see those comments, this is what I think. Hang on a sec. Let me hang on. There we go. This is what I see when I get those comments. You don't have a lens as expensive? Yeah, I have what's called GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. Basically, it was my treat to myself. I bought this used D780, Nikon D780. Here, maybe you can watch yourself if you're motion sick. Oh yeah, that's my shitty wooden stand. D780 and full frame lens to go with it. Oh. So I'm filming full frame, which was always the dream. Okay. Need a pointing thing. For features, we've got every single pad broken out of the 0 except for the bottom row, because I actually removed the copper here so that you can use a wireless device if you really want to. I also broke out all of the pads here so you can put your own pull-up resistors if your sensors don't have them already included. I also added the ability to use the microcontroller's built-in 3.3 volt regulator, or to use this external regulator here, which is an AMS 1117. There are pads for your I2C OLED and pads for each and every sensor, meaning you can run any sensor you want or all of them. Choice is yours. There we go. Big Clive makes giant pics of many circuit boards for user explanation. So the thing is, the microscope is not broken. If you want me to go into a rant again, basically this microscope, pardon the mess, it's a Dawnstar. It's actually a fantastic microscope. It works amazing. There's only one big problem, is that if I use the HDMI out on this microscope, it goes out to my streaming computer, the screen turns black. So the microscope is over here, the screen is over here with my OBS. And so I'm manipulating stuff underneath here, and I have to look where you guys can see there. So essentially, this microscope will eventually get relegated to a second workbench somewhere where I can do videos from it. It's just not good for streaming. Because videos are fine. I can record to the SD card easily. That's fine. But you guys won't be able to see it. So the Patreon is there so I can fix it for the stream. See, for stream. And that involves the capture card. So I'm probably going to buy a capture card either way, but that's not the point. And I'll very likely buy a secondary camera, secondary screen to just literally tape on top of this screen, so I can be looking at the microscope and you guys can be looking at the screen. So yeah, that's the deal. I also have a project in mind where I'm going to build my own streaming microscope, because it's frustrating not being able to see what I'm doing. And I've already got some of the parts for it, so that's going to be good. But if Banggood was going to agree to send me that microscope, I wouldn't have done it, right? All right. Next, also, just by the way, my filming surface that I kind of like the look of, it's actually just a 3D printer heat bed. So, yeah. Okay, good to know. Is it expensive? I don't have my phone on me. Phone's over here. Blackmagic. What have you done? You don't have to donate BitLooney. But that doesn't count as a new member. Sorry. Oh, 4 inputs. Now you're... Oh, $500. Yeah, no. Blackmagic. Capture. Yeah, that's way too much. I have a that's a cool effect. What's a cool effect? The metal look. Because of inflation. Well, it is appreciated. Thank you. But the goal is to attract new blood because I have very few Patreons. Like, the thing is, like, for example, I don't know if Gerald minds being called out, but Gerald's a Patreon. But the fact that he's here in the stream, nearly every stream, means way more than his Patreon membership. You know what I mean? It's a little weird quirk of being alone on the internet. So this, and where's my case? Did I literally put my case away? Because I wasn't supposed to do that. I think I mixed it up in all the other stuff. Is this it? No, that one has... What have I done? Am I losing my mind? Losing my sight? Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Oh, it's here. Let's focus up here somewhere. Good. I'm glad you like it. So the idea behind it, the eventual idea, but my ambition is high, so we'll see if it works. The eventual idea is that all of the projects I make, okay, here's the big pitch. I just need to go right back. I feel like I'm Sion. Here's the deal. I need to go back. So these microcontrollers are incredibly inexpensive, right? RP2040 zeros, I think they cost me like $2 each, something like that. And the frustration of not having certain tools on my workbench all the time is high. And so I figured, why not just make a permanent tool that'll sit there, and when I need I2C, all I have to do is take this USB-C, plug it in the back, right? And then there we go. I've got I2C scanning right there. So that was the short idea, but now it's grown to, well, why don't I make an ecosystem of these benchtop devices with standardized form factors, standardized boxes, standardized OLEDs, standardized parts, essentially. And then the eventual goal is there will be pogo pins on the bottom here, or something, and this will clip into a rail system where it's going to get its power from a USB-C on a, in a power module like this. Like let's just say this sits here, right, with its top. Actually, I have a top. I've been printing like crazy. Not this, not this. So this one. So right, you're going to have a box with a top. Maybe a shorter version or whatever, and then USB-C is going to be plugged in, and then you just clip this down, and then everything is going to be lit and working. So that's essentially the goal. And also, when I can design a little bit better, because this is being done in FreeCAD, so I'm learning FreeCAD at the same time. Eventually, this will be the display size. So the idea is this, so you get a nice big bright display, but my issue right now is getting around the fact that the screw holes here don't quite line up. Like this overrides the screw holes. Collab with one of those MakerBox subscriptions. Yeah, you're a rack of gadgets, kinda, yeah. I mean, if they want to collab, sure. I've got no energy these days to do it. But what I like is that this is released for free. So if you go on PCBWay, you can get the Gerber files for this I2C scanner. The case, the mid case, and the OLED holder is all up on there. You can download them. You can print them yourself. So my idea is I'm going to make a jig, 3D printable jig on the back, and you're going to be able to drill holes to get the wired connections added. So everything should work, and I made it hackable because all of the pins are broken out, so you can just easily add whatever you want to it, and these pins are already accessible, so yeah. So that is the idea. Which one's the good one? This one's a good one. Okay. And of course, another great feature. Oh, let's take this OLED away. Where's the other OLED? Okay, let's not film in 4K. My mistakes. And of course, another one of the features is that it shares the same form factor with my I2C scanner. And of course, another major factor is that it shares the same form factor with my I2C scanner. I just added some vent holes so that you can add your sensor actually to the back of this PCB and have this sit on your workbench, just like so, sampling your environment. I think that's good. So now we've decided we're going to solder onto this. Oh, here's the OLED. This is going to go bye-bye. Turn on the soldering iron. All right, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you've contacted Banggood, and hopefully they're going to send you that masterpiece. I'm just going to solder for me, don't have to solder for them. These are silicone coated, so I can just use my thumb to strip them. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't need to be centered on the... Oops, sorry about that, knocked you guys around. Like so, like so. Pretty cool. I was able to summon BitLooney into the stream. He asked me if I was promoting his GoFundMe. To be clear, he does not like it promoted because it's literally just fun money. right? He doesn't need an excavator. He just really wants one. But YouTube is where dreams are made of, you know? I'm actually hoping he can reach out to Banggood and have them send him an excavator. That would be crazy. And well deserved too. The electronics space doesn't get a lot of the cool stuff that a lot of the other spaces get. You know, like Mr. Beast would never stoop so low as to help out an electronics tuber or collab with them or whatever. We are a very self-sufficient niche. There's not a lot, like YouTube doesn't give a crap about us. We probably, on the whole, lose YouTube money. By the way, yesterday, the college reached out. They want me to teach plumbing math. And like, what am I going to say? No? Like, of course, I need, like, this is my passion, is to teach, right? Not quite math. I'm not even like reasonably well versed in math, but it's just tradespeople math, right? So it's kind of simple. But here's the deal. Like, they've been booking their class for like half a year. They asked me yesterday, the class starts on Tuesday. I have no material made, and this whole weekend I am already working. So, needless to say, it's going to be a rough couple days. But it's not like I'm not going to do it. That's the other thing, is that I'm not... First of all, teaching is my passion, so I'm going to do it. But the other thing is that it pays well. So I'm kind of, don't know about stuck, but I don't know. I have to say I have been a staunch anti-Bell person. Bell's the one of the 3 internet providers we have in Canada. We only have 3. So Bell, I've been an anti-Bell person for a very long time. But they're the only fiber provider. So I had Rogers for a while, and they were unusable in my area. Their infrastructure in my area is just unusable. And since most people are normies, they don't need fiber. I need fiber. So I'm paying an arm and a leg for it. But it works. You don't like talking about your fiber? Why? Because it's bad, or? Oh, digestion fiber. Yeah, us too. We had problems with Rogers. But the problem when you refuse to switch is that now the other companies got you by the balls. Because if there's only two companies, you refuse to use one. Okay, so that should work. All right. All right, so we got the 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also now need the little screws that I bought for the OLED, which are these. Okay. That's good. Let's just confirm that these little ones, because they are Phillips. Bastard. They're not Phillips. They're Hex. I thought I bought Phillips. Although I hate Phillips, so it's kind of a blessing in disguise. Good to know before the recording, though. Okay. Don't you shut down on me. Make sure we're going to be in focus. If I have to do this again, I'm going to scream. Just about there. That's kind of out of focus. Maybe I'll... Okay. So to assemble it, it's pretty simple. You put your RP2040 on the back. You can put headers if you want. There's lots of room in the case for that. And I just put a little bit of a harness here for the OLED, just soldered directly onto the pads. You don't need to use the case if you don't want to, but it's available for you if you do. So there's a little harness, and then I have a little mid case to go on there. And then I have the OLED holder to go on here. And now you can thread in your screws. These are M3 by 10. You don't quite need 10 millimeters of length. And then the top ones go through the OLED holder. If you have troubles with this part, it's recommended to just ream them out a little bit. Either go through and screw them in and out a couple times, or simply use a drill bit to make the hole a little bit bigger. Or if your 3D printer tolerances are good, this could just work out for you. Just like that. And then for your OLED, you connect it. The wiring is already written on the OLED. And the longer your wires, the easier it is to plug in, but the harder it is to shove everything in there once it's all done. And then I have these little M2 screws. I think these are M2 by 6. They don't need to be very long because the housing is very small. And these are self-tappers, so be gentle, use your brain. And there we go. Now, keep in mind that it is a lot easier to program this thing before you put it in the box because you need to hit the boot button, but it shouldn't be a problem for me because I already have a little bit of demo code on here. Hey, ITT. Welcome in. So that's what she looks like. But yes, 2 screws was obviously enough, but looks good with 4, looks complete. Okay. So now we need to connect our BMPs. I'm pretty sure that's what we have programmed on in here. Two, 3. I need like a black would be ideal. Green will do. Okay, so 3v3. No, this is ground. Power. And then clock will be orange and data will be brown. But I think it's in the same order. Yeah, VCC, ground, clock, yep, SDA, okay, gonna zoom it in a little bit. That looks in focus, good. So I've got the BMP 280 right here on some flying leads. Again, you can install it on the bottom of the board and have it in there in permanence, but I like this to be able to test different sensors. So here we go. It's plugged in. It don't work. Did I put the BMP? I don't know. Okay, SDA, SCL is on. How did I do this again? SDA and SCL are reversed. The reason is the bootloader on the Pi. That's the reason. The bootloader on the Pi works for Python, so it just shows up as a USB drive. So if you don't put it in boot mode, you can't upload code to it. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. Let's try that again. No, not for SDA and SCL. So I've got my BMP 280 sensor here on flying leads. Don't forget you can easily attach it to the bottom side of the board and have it hidden in there. but I like this as a little test bed. So I'm just going to plug in the USB here and it should pick up automatically. Yep, there we go. So under my bright lights here, the temperature is 23.5 Celsius and the pressure is 998 hectopascals. I'm just going to heat up my sensor here with my warm hands. And as you can see, it responds. And if you let go, it should drop, and there it goes. And so I've got code working for all of the sensors, and the bonus part is you can get it on GitHub, but you can also just go to my website linked below and get all this code to copy and paste. 99% of the code was written by me for this project. So I hope it should be self-explanatory, where you can go in and modify the code to display it the way you want to display it. But I've made just a basic start that you can use an I2C OLED and any of the temperature sensors you want, and it should work for you. So if you're interested in this project, go down into the link in this. If you're interested in this project, go down to the link in the description, go to PCBWay, order yourself some PCBs because they make these projects possible, and your support and you supporting them allows them to support me. Thanks for watching. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. If I'm not happy with the video, I might do some pickups, do a little bit more, but this is it. Like, it works. It truly works. I have made it. It is functional. I've done it. And I'll probably wire a BMP sensor underneath here, so we'll get temperature readings in the lab all the time. Nice. So 9:35 and we should be done filming, so we're going to do the editing on stream. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But the other thing is it should work with ESP32C3 0 and also an ESP32S3 0. So at some point I'll make code for that, but today is not that point. Although people can just do it by ChatGPT. If you feed it the code and ask it for a ESP32 version of it, it probably will do it. Need the big screen for the lab. Yeah, I mean, I've thought of ways to do it, but it's really, I have to say, it's very daunting because FreeCAD is not easy to use. And so it's very hard for me to try to figure out how to make it work, you know, right off the bat. But I do agree with you. Like, if I plug in right now the big screen, it doesn't work. This is like specifically for the small screen, because I thought, you know, going I2C to I2C, it would be the same. It's not. It doesn't work like that. I mean, that's great. Like, if people want to do that, they can. That's for sure. Here, let's reboot it. You'll see it don't work. Garbled mess. the I2C address, I think they're the same. Oh, they're reversed. Why? That sucks. SCL, SDA. Power, ground, SCL, SDA, play backwards. Ground, VCC, SCL, SDA. Should work. Is there a reason why nothing I build works? Oh, I'm an idiot. So 3C on this one. Ground, VCC. SDA, SCL. So it's either the same. Yeah, it's the same. 3C. They're both the same. So, like, maybe I can modify it a bit, but it is what it is. Make up a little adapter plug. So the problem is you need multiple adapter plugs. Because it could be any order. It's actually a good question. If you, like, how would you make a matrix? Oh. Okay. Let's ask ChatGPT. I have a tool that has connections in this order. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that tool needs to plug to other devices, and it's a bit annoying because other devices can have any order of connections. For example, 2, 1, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 4, 3, or anything like that. Is there a simple way using mechanical switches that I can just flip them in whatever order on, off, based on a table or something to match the order of the devices? Or am I just screwed? Let's see what it says. Didgeridoo's done a lot of work with them. So I'm thinking it might need to be a physical contact. Look at it thinking. I'm really warming up the planet with this. Wow, it's really neat. It really needs to think this through. I wonder how many you're not screwed. Tiny patch panel and jumpers, yeah. Yeah. I don't think leaf blowers are necessary. Well, okay, I'm gonna say but generally it's Vero that does it because she enjoys it. But I just rake them up with a rake and put them in a bag. Yeah, I mean, there's that. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to short. Bijection. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think this would be the simplest. So you could use pin headers and stuff, but you could short. That's the problem. You could short it out. Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'll transfer the files. Oh, why is my hard drive so full? Okay, hang on. Hang on a sec here. Grab the videos. Today's the 23rd, so let's take that. Capture, pop it into there. Paste. Yeah, try to get 124 gigabytes out of my drive. Yeah, that's what it said, a rotary. This one. Rotary selectors. Okay, so I'm transferring 121 gigs of stuff. So what I'll do, I'm gonna, oh, it says 22 minutes. Anyways, point is, I'm going to transfer footage onto the PC as well. And then I'll take a coffee break for letting that buck, so to speak. And then I will, is that on? Yeah, that's on, that's off. And then we will edit the video. Welcome back, JB. You're almost on time for a fika break. Did that not work? Oh, there we go. You just had fika? Nice. I want fika. I have the coffee part. I don't have the, what did you have for your fika? Was it, but okay, by the way, for those listening, fika is a Swedish tradition. It's like a break time, but you usually have coffee and cinnamon buns. What did you eat for your fika? Because it's not always cinnamon buns, as far as I understand. Meeting in 9 minutes. It's scheduled with your team. Probably stay here as well. Okay. Okay, so I got a couple of minutes here while all this stuff transfers. So I will get some coffee, tea, and an apple fritter. Almost fika. Yeah, but that still counts as fika, doesn't it? Fika is more like the idea. Fluffy sweet with chocolate and cocoas on it. Oh, I'm so jealous. Envious is probably the right word. Anyways, I'll be right back with coffee, and then we are going to do some editing. I'm sorry, it's not as fun as all the other stuff, but it allows me to pay the bills, so what do you want? I'll be right back. I'm back. So it seems. What am I looking at? No idea what it's called. The goal on the screen is not relevant, right? Yes, it is. Why would it not be relevant? If I go Patreon, a moment here. Yeah, still only got one member since the campaign started. Yeah. So at the moment, my microscope, which is over there, basically, the microscope works, but I don't have a capture card for it. So you guys can't see it. That's why it's fixing it for stream. It's just, it's more like gathering new Patreons. But I mean, it's two things. It's one, it's gathering more Patreons, and two, it's being lazy. Because I don't feel like fixing the microscope. So the Patreons will unlazy me. But like, it feels like this goal might take forever. So I may not actually end up doing it. We will see about that. I'm gonna do some stuff off camera just so I can get myself ready to edit. There, example folder. Oh. Copy here. Rename. Sensor. Okay, open Premiere. And then go get my footage. I'll bring you to the screen very shortly. Footage, what's the details? Today's the 23rd, so all of the footage from the 23rd. And then put this stuff in here. Should be able to bring you back. Okay. There we go. First one was shit. I think we did, the third one was better. Change sequence settings, and then change them again. Four. Okay, yep. There we go. By the way, the NAS is still working perfectly. Doesn't overheat. Let me see. So far, I don't know if Vero's added anything to it, but I have 3.35 terabytes used. And I still need to transfer a crap load of stuff onto it. So in case you were wondering. All right, so.
You almost certainly have a whole bunch of these sensors in your collection. You've got the HD11s, HD22s, the BFP280, and 2018 B20. These are not the reports. But why haven't you made any projects with them? Well, maybe if it's like me, if you have the libraries for these things only come with the actual sensor handling. They don't have any sort of display or circuit or anything like that.
I don't know if you guys can hear the audio.
Now we say, so I've gone ahead and done the hard part.
Let me know if it's too loud for you guys or not loud enough. It's kind of low volume. Oh, and then, aha.
Don't have any sort of display or circuit or anything like that. So I've gone ahead and done the hard part for you. I have written code for each one of these sensors to display on an OLED screen, and on top of that, I have designed a PCB to make it all neat and tidy, thanks to today's sponsor, PCBWay. All you need for this is an RP2040 or an ESP32 or one of the ESP32 or one of the ESP32 variants. This PCB and my code and you'll be off to the races. Let's take a look at these PCBs and I'll show you the features.
There we go. First scene done. Might want to add some text up here.
All you need for this is an RP2040 or one of the
let's see, ESP32 C3 0 and ESP32 S3 0. We will do this to be right aligned, increase the size. I don't know, like 200. Actually, you know what? I'll even put the RP 2040 0. Then we'll grab this, change it to Impact, which is my favorite font. Need a stroke. Probably like 15. Probably more like 20.
P2040 or one of the ESP32 variants. This PCB is today's sponsor, PCBWay. All you need for this is an RP2040 or one of the ESP32 variants. This PCB and my code, and you'll be off to the races.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And this one. Don't know if there's any false starts.
Let's take a look at these PCBs and I'll show you the features. For features, we've got every single pad broken out of the 0 except for the bottom row, because I actually removed the copper here so that you can use a wireless device if you really want to. I also broke out all of the pads here so you can put your own pull-up resistors. I also broke
New machines in the laundry room. Oh no, that's horrible.
device if you really want to. I also broke out all of the pads here so you can put your own pull-up resistors if your sensors don't have them already included. I also added the ability to use I also had
Ew, payment cards. I mean, I guess it's more convenient than coins, but pain in the butt.
added the ability to use I also added included. I also added the ability to use the microcontroller's built-in 3.3 volt regulator, or to use this external regulator here, which is an AMS 1117. There are pads for your I2C OLED and pads for each and every sensor, meaning you can run any sensor you want or all of them. The choice is yours.
That's good. Hey, we are flying through this edit. You have to configure them right. Yeah, yeah. Here's a stupid question. How much does it cost to do a load of laundry these days? When I was living in an apartment in 2011, it was like $4. I think it was like $2 washer, $2 dryer, $3 washer, $1 dryer. I don't remember. Expensive.
Choice is yours. And of course, another great feature. Oops. Pull it away.
Shit.
Where's the other wire?
Did I not focus?
This is yours. And of course, another one of the features is that it shares the same form factor with my I2C scanner.
It's expensive.
And of course, another major factor is that it shares the same form factor with my I2C scanner. I just added some vent holes so that you can add your sensor actually to the back of this PCB and have this sit on your workbench, just like so, sampling your environment.
It's out of focus, but I don't have much of a choice.
Choice is yours. And of course, another major factor is that it shares the same form factor with my I2C scanner. I just added some vent holes so that you can add your sensor actually to the back of this PCB and have this sit on your workbench, just like so, sampling your environment.
So hopefully I got the focus right here. If not, we have to redo it. Yeah, like in-unit laundry sounds like the way to go, but if you don't have space, I can understand how that's not convenient.
Your environment. So to assemble it, it's pretty simple. You put your RP2040 on the back. You can put headers if you want. There's lots of room in the case for that. And I just put a little bit of a harness
I think we're in focus enough.
here for the
I did a good choice to focus down a little closer to the workbench. So I think we're okay.
OLED just soldered directly onto the pad. You don't need to use the case if you don't want to, but it's available for you if you do. So there's a little harness, and then a little lid case to go on there, and then the bullet holder to go in here. Now, ready your screws. These are M3 by 10. You don't quite need 10 millimeters of length.
Okay, so this is going to be sped up.
And then the top ones go through the OLED holder. If you have troubles with this part, it's recommended to just ream them out a little bit. Either go through and screw them in and out a couple times, or simply use the drill bit to make the hole a little bit bigger. Or if your 3D printer tolerances are good, this could just work out for you. Just like that. And then for your OLED, connect it. The wiring is already written on the OLED. And the longer your wires, the easier it is to plug in, but the harder it is to shove everything in there once it's all done. And then I have these little M2 screws. These are M2 by 6. They don't need to be very long, because the housing is very small. self-tappers, so be gentle, use your brain.
Okay, definitely going to be a speed up here.
And there we go. Now, keep in mind that it is a lot easier to program this thing before you put it in the box because you need to hit the boot button. But it shouldn't be a problem for me because I already have a limited demo code on here.
Okay, so let's speed up this part. So here, speed duration. Oh, cancel. Let's go like 10 times speed. Yep. Okay, and then we're gonna add text over here. Ten times speed. Okay, now we watch the flow. Hand washing in winter, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
10 millimeters of length. And then the top ones go through the OLED holder. If you have troubles with this part, it's recommended to just ream them out a little bit. Either go through and screw them in and out a couple times, or simply use a drill bit to make the hole a little bit bigger. Or if your 3D printer tolerances are good, this could just work out for you. Just like that. And then for your OLED, connect it. The wiring is already written on the OLED. And the longer your wires, the easier it is to plug in, but the harder it is to shove everything in there once it's all done. And then I have these little M2 screws. I think these are M2 by 6. They don't need to be very long because the housing is very small. And these are self-tappers, so
Speed duration 10x. Okay, and then I've learned something. There's an alt drag which will duplicate. There we go.
be gentle, use your brain. And there we go. Now, keep in mind that it is a lot easier to program this thing before you put it in the box because you need to hit the boot button. But it shouldn't be a problem for me because I already have a little bit of demo code on here. So I've got my BMP280 sensor here on flying leads. Don't forget you can easily attach it to the bottom side of the board and have it hidden in there. But I like this as a little test bed. So I'm just going to plug in the USB here and it should pick up automatically. Yep, here we go. So under my bright lights here, the temperature is 23.5 Celsius and the pressure is 988 hectopascals. I'm just going to heat up my sensor here with my one hand. As you can see, the twist ons. If you let go, it should drop, and there it goes. And so I've got code working for all of the sensors. And the bonus part is I can get it on GitHub, but you can also just go to my website below and hit all this code to copy and paste. 99% of the code was written by me for this project. Paste 90. Code to copy and paste. 99% of the code was written by me for this project. So and get all this code to copy and paste. So I hope it should be self-explanatory where you can go in and modify the so
oh, text. Because this is true, I did. Window, graphics, align, horizontal center.
self-explanatory, where you can go in and modify the code to display it the way you want to display it. But I've made just a basic start. You can use an I2C OLED, any of the temperature sensors you want, and it should work for you. So if you're interested in this,
Over here somewhere, I say my website.
the bottom side of the board there. But I like this as a little test bed. So I'm just going to plug in the USB here and it should pick up automatically. Yep, there we go. So under my bright lights here, the temperature is 23.5 Celsius and the pressure is 998 hectopascals. I'm just going to heat up my sensor here with my warm hands. As you can see, it responds. If you let go, it should drop, and there it goes. And so I've got code working for all of the sensors. And the bonus part is you can get it on GitHub, but you can also just go to my website link below. And also just
Here we go, graphics, align horizontal center.
just go to my website linked below and get all this code to copy and paste. Well, I hope it should be self-explanatory where you can go in and modify the code to play it the way you want.
Premiere is freaking out. Maybe I should save this.
Any of the temperature sensors you and it should work for you. So if you're interested in this project, go down into the link in this. If you're interested in this project, go.
Oh.
If you're interested in this project, go down into the link in this. If you're interested in this. For you. If you're interested in this project, go down to the link in the description. Go to PCBWay, order yourself some PCBs because they make these projects possible, and your support and you supporting them make these projects possible, and you supporting them allows them to support me. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so we've got an under 6-minute video. So testing out shorter videos. I pretty much covered everything we need to cover. So now the other thing is we need to go and grab the footage from yesterday when I dropped my coffee. Yeah, pretty good idea. Let's see. Just gonna send you guys off into the weeds for a second. Yeah, it's this one. Oops. We're going to put this part in. Okay. I'm going to paste this into my project. My God, it's 14 gigs. I'm glad you guys like it. I try to add a little bit of a end, a little end trailer to make things a little bit more comedic or whatever. And I also use it as an opportunity to thank my subscribers and Patreons and live stream viewers. So it feels good to me. hopefully this video will do well. The better it does, the more willing PCBWay will be to sponsor me. Yeah, thankfully I didn't drop it though. I'm just waiting for stuff to transfer. Feels good. I got some AdSense money came in. And PCBWay paid my sponsorship fee for the last video. And I got my payroll deposit from my mechanics job, so whew, can breathe a little. Need to pay my credit card off though. Might as well do it now. This to this in this amount. If you guys think you're getting my credit card statement, you wrong for that. Great, that's paid off. Good. Wait, what? Why is it doing it again? I don't know if it transferred it to RAM first. What is going on? Hold on. Weird. I don't know what's going on. It's transferring it again. So I'm just waiting for it to transfer so I can do my work. I've heard people say that, ITT, from Europe a lot. In North America, you kind of need a credit card. No, you don't like need, but like a lot of places only accept credit card. Like if you're renting a hotel room or something like that, you need a credit card on file. Shopping online is much easier with a credit card. So North America is very credit card centric. And like I get points. Like I have probably enough points to get a large Amazon gift card. Because I make business purchases on my credit card. Let me see. Check out my points. Since we're waiting for this to upload. Gift cards. I only buy gift cards when the point store has it on sale, really, which doesn't happen often. So right now, how many points do I have? Yeah, so yeah, I can afford a large Amazon gift card. But, I mean, it all goes back into the channel anyways. Because that's what I do. I spend it on channel stuff. Okay, so unlink. Grab the middle, drop that out. And then relink. Okay, then let's find the spot. Solution yesterday. Actually, this is kind of a solution. Wait,
Why didn't I finish this? I don't know. Morning, Gerald.
That's you, Gerald.
So I just need to do the top part. Because I just need room for the screws. Although I don't like this ridiculous angle. But it is what it is. Wait.
Happens right here.
Because I just need room for the... Because I just need room for the screws. Although I don't like this ridiculous angle. But it is what it is. Wait. We will press on. Microplastics in the morning. Oh, God. I hope that's not how the stream's gonna go.
That's good there. Yeah, not North America, my friend. We live for the predation. That's our jam. And 200%.
You supporting them allows them to support me. Thanks for watching. Because I just need room for the screws. Although I don't like this ridiculous angle. But it is what it is. Wait.
The slow realization.
We will press on. Microplastics in the morning. Oh, God. I hope that's not how the stream's gonna go.
Spoilers, it was. Okay, so now we need to export this. I'm gonna send you guys over here. So first I export the audio. Yeah, not export the video. Give it a name. Temp audio. Export, and then I go to Adobe Podcasts to enhance the audio. Where am I? Not here. Okay, that'll take a moment. So that's going to be a little bit. Essentially, it enhances the speech, makes everything more even. I paid dearly for that yearly. All right, let me sample it, see what it sounds like.
You almost certainly have a whole bunch of these sensors.
Yep. What about the end?
We will press on.
Okay, I think it's good enough. All right, download this ish. Cut it, paste it into here, paste, drag it into here. That's good. Now mute this one before you forget. Does it show I've done this before? Now, my least favorite part is aligning the stupid audio, because whenever you export, it de-aligns everything. Yeah, I am. I am almost certainly going to use DaVinci Resolve. It's a really good editing suite, and it is free. But I'll tell you, my real problem with it is that I have learned so many new skills, and I'm in learning so many new skills that I can't do it. I can't keep learning more and more skills. Like, it saps my energy away, and as you can see, it's already problematic to make videos. Here, let's see how this sounds. Oh, why does that sound like ass?
Because they make these projects possible, and you supporting them allows them to support me. Thanks for watching.
Why? Why does that sound like ass? What have you done?
Them to support me. Thanks for watching. Because I just need room. Thanks for watching. Because I just need room for the screws. Although I don't like this ridiculous angle. But it is what it is. We will press on. Microplastics in the morning. Oh God. I hope that's not how this.
That sounds like ass too.
I hope that's not how the stream's gonna go.
There we go. The AI, it does its best, but it's not the greatest. Okay. So, next up, thumbnail, website article, and then we'll be done. So probably do the thumbnail first. Okay, so for the thumbnail, I really would like the sensor to be integrated already. So let's upload the DHT code, make sure it works. Which one's better one? DHT22, right? I don't remember if it was 1 or 2, but let's upload the DHT code. Make sure it functions, and then I will put it in underneath. I'll like solder it in or something. And then I'll take the thumbnail. Take this off. I'll take that off for the thumbnail. Take the thumbnail with it running. So I need a little pokey bit to go into here. I can use my knife, but it's not the best. I'd rather not metallic. The very daunting part of making videos is done though, which is good. So which one's the boot? Boot is this one. Got it. Good. So let's do DHT22 code. Arduino IDE. Open recent. DHT22. Okay, Arduino is screwing up big time. What happened? Everything's messed up. Okay. What is going on? Something is like very broken here. Yeah, look, it's all broken. What is going on? I'm gonna shut this down. Yeah, it's broken. It's stuck in full screen. It's completely broken. Okay. Thanks. This is exactly what I need when deadlines are looming. Where? I don't know. Okay. Frustrating. Okay, we have the bar on top. Okay, seems to not be broken. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. This is GP8. I don't know if that's first one or the second one. Doesn't really matter. Okay, but not this. Please don't be shit. Oh, you're not even on the screen. Sorry. No, Premiere didn't break everything. Arduino broke. What sucks is I don't think I had footage of that. Oh, and I need to change the code here. So I think it uploaded successfully. Yep. Okay, so let's see now. I just don't know which pins the DHT22 goes in. If it's this one or this one. His first stream yesterday, unboxing Arduino Uno Q. It didn't go well. In what sense? You know what? I'm an idiot. This is not even a 22. This is a 22. There. Jesus Christ. Okay. So that's good. That means I can solder this onto the bottom and we'll be good to go. So let's disassemble this thing. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, minimize this so I can see you guys. IDE and new Arduino tool failed. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So Arduino has been in a downhill slide for a while now, and now with is it Qualcomm that bought them? I'm only expecting worse things. Okay. So now this needs to connect like this, right? It's exactly the same connections. So I'm going to solder on a servo connector. I'm just going to like pop this in there. So I knew it was a good idea to buy those like 1 billion servo extension cables years and years ago. They're still paying out dividends. Pretty sure I have it in here. Ugh. Of course, my assorted lengths of wire. Here's one. That's where I keep my assorted lengths of wire. Okay. So we're going to give this the old choppa. Get to the choppa. Okay, now it doesn't really matter which way we solder it on, as long as we plug it in the same way. It's pretty sad what's happening to Arduino, what's happened to Arduino. Because I would say this is part of a long slide. I think the Chinese manufacturers ate their lunch, which is expected, right? When you have open source stuff. So I think instead of innovating and continuing to be the leader in the space, they just wanted to sit on their laurels, but you can't do that. You should be, if you're Arduino, you should be the center of education. That's the only way they were going to survive, is to sell Arduino and Arduino products to educational institutions with rigorous course loads and explanations and help for educators, doing charity work. Like, that was their purpose. And for whatever reason, they fumbled the bag. Like, they couldn't do it. There are people like Another Maker who used to teach like at camps and stuff in Alaska, and he loved Arduino products for that. But if the innovation is stagnated, you don't get any of that. Nobody buys the product. You're done for. I agree with that. Like, look, I've got the R4 Uno sitting in a drawer here doing nothing. I'm not even like hyped. Like, I tried it out. Well, you guys were here. I tried it out. I put some code on it, and it kind of sucked. It was nothing special. Like the RP2040 was way more special. And Arduino has a RP2040 Connect, and it sucks. It's horrible. I'd rather just use the Pi Pico. And the Pi Pico's cheaper. What were they thinking? like, what's wrong with them? Hopefully that lead just didn't go into my coffee. Yeah, of course the originals were too expensive. 100% they were too expensive. And like, look at what you get. This is the same price as a Uno. This whole thing is the same price as an R4 Uno. You get the case. You get the RP2040, which is objectively a better implementation. You've got switches, touch sensor, IR sensor, LEDs, freaking slide pot, vibration motor, buzzer, servo, relay, light sensor, hall sensor, touch screen, sound sensor, DHT sensor. You've got a accelerometer and gyro. You've got a gas sensor. You've got a distance sensor. You've got NeoPixels. It's insane. I do understand you need to pay them for their infrastructure. Completely understand that. But offer something that makes it worthwhile. Offer a package that makes it worthwhile. Arduino has been relying on the community to make the value add. The value add was the community. Well, I'm sorry, but it's too late now. I think, yeah, ESP sure is a competitor, but I'm going to be honest here. If it wasn't for the Arduino IDE, I would never use the ESP. The ESP programmer sucks balls. It is horrible. But you know what's not horrible? MicroPython. And so you can use the RP2040 with MicroPython. Hell, if you want to spend more money, or if you want to support a different company, you can use CircuitPython. So use CircuitPython. All right. So ground is on this side. Ground is this way. I'm going to give it a half flip and then set it back in its housing. Maybe you can use MicroPython on ESP, but ESP requires a boot sequence, right? ESP doesn't open up as a flash drive. So when you're teaching kids, you can just simply like make their Python files, drag it onto the Pi, and it'll run. You just reset the Pi and it runs. Like, I'm not saying ESP is bad. I'm saying in terms of usability, Uno is easy to use. But the hardware is shit. Main meeting is over. Grats. Speaking of which, you never answered me. Are you guys hiring? Do you want to hire a washed YouTuber? think you're avoiding answering the question because the answer is no, personally. Yeah, Uno is way too big. But they have smaller ones. They just are way too expensive. I'll be a ghost. Do you need someone to haunt your buildings? I'll do that. Ooh, and I can like drag. I can bring my own chains. Think about it. Big opportunity for you guys here. Supply my own chains. It is spook season, so there's that. You get spooky. ITT, do they celebrate Halloween where you're from? I know where Gerald is from, they do. I mean, not so much anymore, mind you. That has changed quite a lot. There we go. Hopefully this works. Well, I smelled something burning. What have I done? Junk from work. What are you doing here, my friend? How are you? Okay, so we burned something. Okay, this is connected properly. Oh, the DHT is stinking. I think we blew up the DHT. I plugged it backwards. I'm almost 100% sure. Ready to head to site. Doing some laundry and glancing at your laptop. Where are you working these days? What are you working from home? What is going on? Didn't recognize you there with your avatar. Ugh. Okay. Yeah. Ugh. This smells bad. This smells very bad. Let's see if she works, and if it works, let's see if it reads us. It gives us a temperature reading of how hot the sensor is. No. No. I mean, I hope I didn't cook the zero. Nope. Still works. Okay. No, I think it smells the same. What? I don't need to change the code. DHT 22. We're good. We are good. Whoops. Okay, so set this in there. Sales for industrial supplier mostly sell belts and bearings. This will probably sound bad, but my favorite bearing company, their name is very not PC. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube without getting, I don't know, in trouble. The automotive guys all know this bearing company, because when you get a bearing from that company, you put the box on your you put the box on one of your coworkers' toolbox. It's the okay. I will say it in a way that you can look it up, because I don't mind shouting out the company. Legit, they are some of the better bearings you can buy. So the company is the 3-letter slur for gay, for homosexual. Yeah, you seldom usually call them Schaefer or British Cigarette. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, British Cigarette, there we go. They are legit. If I'm buying an aftermarket wheel bearing, I will always ask them if they have those bearings, because that's my favorite. They last the longest. And the price is like half that of an OEM bearing. And they come in a red box, white lettering. So are you saying you can provide, you can sell me some of those bearings? I've seen some of those stickers at your mechanic's shop. There we go. That's it's legit. And the funny part is they are some of the best in the game. Maybe not the best, but some of the best in the game. Make good stuff usually in Eastern Europe. Yeah, they're incredibly good value. Problem you have with them is availability can be spotty because they're based in Europe. Yeah. Yeah. Those Europeans, you know, they're always trying to keep things for themselves. Same when you look for Volvo parts. Ask me how I know. Okay, and my screw fell somewhere in this mess. So yeah, that's my favorite bearing brand. I think all mechanics have their favorite brands of like everything. My favorite brake pads are Promax ceramic. or OEM. I prefer OEM pads. There was talks of Canada possibly joining the EU, which would be great. The mustard rice rocket yet? No, I have not. It's not proper mustard either. No, so I'll be honest, I got no money. So I just spent, so I had to buy a car. Had a manual transmission, I shouldn't say had. I have a manual transmission V50 Volvo, which just gave me anxiety because if it breaks down, it's like thousands of dollars in parts and several days to get parts. So I got myself a 2014 CRV, which costed me a good chunk of my savings. Looked them up, how much they're worth used right now. Very expensive. So I got a 2014 CRV. That took a chunk of my money. And then I had to get my pool buried because the concrete had shifted. So it was 30 grand to repair it, or less than 30 grand, but still in the 5 figures to bury it. So we had to bury it. Yeah, no. Do you know how much shipping costs too? Yeah, no, I know. I love my CRV. Love my CRV. I'll say I got a good deal for mine. Like I'm a very voracious shopper. So I didn't pay. If you look on the used marketplaces, I probably didn't pay as much as they show up for. And it does burn oil a bit. I mean, they all do. But I've done like 4,000 kilometers since I bought it this summer. 2015 Volkswagen diesel Jetta. Yeah, did you get a paycheck from Volkswagen for that one? Because they lied to you. Okay, I need this for the thumbnail, I think. So after the thumbnail, we're going to open this. Yeah, so the pool always has problems. The pool is a piece of shit. Do not buy a house with a pool. So right now, well, when the pool was installed, how about that? When the pool was installed in the 80s, early 80s, it cost something like 50 G's, like $50,000 to install. Right now, a similar pool is going to be like $150,000 to install. And to repair it, it's just as bad. They're like hellishly expensive, and everything breaks all of the time because they are made like garbage. So, needless to say, we don't have a pool anymore, and we could not be any happier about that. However, it was very expensive. It's less expensive to bury it than to fix it, but that doesn't make it cheap. You understand a little of my pain, okay? You have a hot tub. Oh, jeez. Yeah. This one was taken back in, retrofitted, and redone factory recall before you got it. Okay, got you. Yeah, let me just tell you how well things were going with the college, my mechanics job together, plus the YouTube supplemental income. Things were going so well that I was considering financing a brand new car. But then the college fell through. The mechanics job, I mean, it stayed the same. YouTube got daunting and scary and whatever. And now I'm like, I'm like, how could I even have considered that? So just to show you how things can shift very quickly. Oh, I don't know why. My coffee smells a bit like burnt DHT22. Don't know why. Can't explain it. Just go with it. Okay. Oh yeah, shit. My battery is almost dead on this thing, but I don't think I have any charged ones. Vehicles are just a black hole for money. Ended up selling your Tundra a few months ago. You got a company truck, and that's a huge bonus. Yeah. So here, I almost got a company vehicle. My boss he bought a new truck for his business. He wanted to give me his old truck equipped with all the tools. And I said, no, thank you, because I live in the city and I don't want the responsibility of $20,000 worth of tools on my shoulders. He said, don't worry, they're insured, whatever. But I'm like, no, I don't want it. So I would have, I would have a truck to drive around. But the other thing is, it's a freaking truck. It's like a full-size GM pickup. And it's like, I don't want a full-size GM pickup. First of all, they ride like ass. And honestly, I want to get where I'm going. So, yeah, I politely declined. Oh, is that my screw? Did I just step on my screw? No, I stepped on bits of plastic. So I was like, thank you for thinking of me, but no thank you. I will pass on that opportunity. And he said, like, oh, I don't care, you can use it for your personal use. And I'm like, again, I appreciate the thought, but no thank you. Let's see if we can work with this. When you drive for the company, they pay very well for mileage. So my boss does not pay for mileage, but he does just as good. He pays for my fuel, which by the law is not actually necessary, because we're a mobile company. He can just say, today our job site is here. You have to figure out how to get there yourself, because transportation to and from where you work, your work location, is not covered by law. However, he's a super nice guy. So he's like, just, I'll pay for all your fuel. So when I go up to my parents' cottage fishing, oh shit, I didn't take the screen protector off. When I go up to my parents' cottage fishing, he covers that fuel. Even though, to be fair, I don't really let him cover the fuel because I don't want to abuse of a good thing. So most of the times I pay for my gas, but just for that But like all my driving, I'm doing on his dime. So he's a good guy. Really good guy. Also, he pays me a decent hourly wage. So I'm not flat rate, which is a big deal. So he pays me a decent hourly wage, but even better than that is I'm not really paid hourly. I am paid a day rate. So if all the work gets done in 2 hours, I'm just paid for the day, no matter what we do. Great mechanic, works from his house, full lifts and equipment, bargain price. Nice. So I would say I don't get paid a lot because no mechanic does, unless they're stealing. But I get paid good amount for being a mechanic because I'm treated extremely well. So there's a shutter effect going on right now. And so I'm trying to get a picture where I get the entire screen to display, and it's not working out very well. I need to buy a stepladder. This isn't working out. This aperture priority, it is, let's okay, I think I got it. Good boss is huge. Being treated like a human in that industry is pretty rare. I'm never going back. Probably going to sell your nice Matco box in the next month or so. Yeah. Yeah, it's the industry is pretty savage. And I think it's kind of purposely so. Oh. They kind of want you butting heads with management, and I don't know, it's not a good time. Let's see what we ended up with here. Screen. There we go. Okay. Oh. Let's go give it the auto treatment, which, of course, can't figure it out to save its life. Okay, let's add some contrast. Good. Some vibrance, some saturation, some clarity. Add a little bit of exposure back. A little bit bad on this sensor here, but what do you want? I think I should knock back a little bit of the vibrance. The company has to pay for the fuel here to and from the workplace. Minimum half the public transport yearly. Interesting. What a pro. I've only done more or less. Hey. I've only done more or less 612 thumbos. Let me just zoom in on this. 612 videos. C grade. Not even good enough to get a microscope in the mail. A trinocular one, I guess. Company is very small, 16 to 18 employees at given time, very easygoing, work from home, call your own hours, take off as or when needed. So the other thing with my boss is I am part-time. So whatever I need, I just, like when I need time off, I just take time off. It's not a big deal. The only thing is you don't get paid, right? It's not like it's not a salaried position. What I'd really like is to work at the college, but that's not happening. That's not happening now, not happening ever. I don't know if I did mention this, but they did call me. They want me to teach plumbers some math, which is like, I'm in no position to be like screw off. I wish I could tell them to screw off until I got a full-time position. But like, I'll do it. So yeah, I think full-time is definitely won't get full-time anytime soon. In this province, we are anti-education now. Has been proven by the same guy being re-elected multiple times. Nobody cares about education, so that's not going to happen. Got some celebrities today. By the way, if you guys don't know Junk from Work, I don't know if he still has a YouTube channel. Did you nuke your YouTube channel? Here. I know how to find him. Oh, look. Who's this? No. He nuked it. But yeah, first episode of the Simple Electronics podcast. Mr. Junk from Work. 4,300 views. Also, if I go back here and we had, there we go. There, this is what he looks like. Hope I'm not embarrassing you, JF Dub. I don't know where you are. I don't know if you show your face. We had a solder race, and Mr. Junk from Work won. But yeah, that's that's him there. If you want me to delete that thumbnail, let me know. Yeah, throwback 2019, pre-pandemic. We were young and dumb. By the way, do you ever... You used to talk to Eric from South Main. Are you still First of all, are you still watching his stuff? And like, do you still have like contacts with him? Again, I don't know if I'm supposed to be... You're still dumb, just not young anymore. Yeah, I feel you. I'm dumb too. For them to work, if the economy goes bad, you have no paying jobs to offer. You better not educate the people. I mean, educated people work too, you know. In fact, that's a fallacy because educated people tend to pay more in taxation. So usually you get your money back when you educate your population, like tenfold. I think that's good enough. That looks good. Okay, Control Shift I to invert. Delete that shit. Now, this is what it looks like. It's all cut out. Control D for deselection. And then this one, and apply a filter. Blur. Gaussian blur. There we go. All right, dude. Enjoy your trip to the laundry room. Okay, now we're gonna crop. 16:9 crop. Do need a bit taller to fit all the stuff in there. Hope to retire next year. That's awesome. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't think I will ever retire. I don't think... I haven't worked full-time for long enough. You haven't in a long time. Do watch his stuff time to time. One of the few automotive channels still check out. Golf has really been your new obsession. Golf. Interesting. You think you know someone, and then they buy golf bats, and I'm just messing with you. All right. So here we go. 4 sensors. Let's increase this maybe to 90. No, not 900. 90. This one. Okay, no, I can't do that. Let's do this. What time is it? Oh shit, it's almost lunchtime. Of course, you have to use a number 4. Can't use like... Need to drop the sensors a little bit. It's too big. 140. When you say retire, leased from the man, still manufacturing in your home shop. Yeah, so I am hopeful. I'm hopeful that I will be able to retire to my home shop, but I am not holding my breath. Oh, this should be one project. Not holding my breath. Yeah. I don't want to be very negative, but considering how much money in my retirement fund right now, 0. I don't think I'll ever be able to retire. Like, hopefully YouTube gets good, you know, that's always possible, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, thanks. Western Digital has a sale on oh, by the way, Junk from Work, since you're here, let me preview the ending of the video coming soon. The video we're working on today. Here's the ending.
I just need room for the screws, although I don't like this ridiculous angle. But it is what it is. Wait.
Yeah, that happened. So, yeah. Just checking something real quick. Nope. What's this? I'm getting some free Patreon members, but not enough Patreon members. Not paid Patreon members, so the microscope fixing will stay at 1 out of 10. Alright, so that's saved. So this I can just export. I think I'm going to go with this. I think that's good. So save this. Let me just shoot you over here. Thumbo. Worked for another company 29 years, downsized when Obamacare came into being, but I was very lucky to have the 401k at that time. Yeah. We have a similar thing to 401k. It's called RRSP here. And I feel better because I'm not the only one. But yeah, I've got $0. And it's great, you save taxes by putting money in your RRSP. But the thing is, you need money to put in there. So, not for me. Export, call it Thumbo. Temp sensor. There we go, got the thumbnail done. It looks very similar to my other thumbnail, but it is what it is. So I think that'll be it for today because, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's been almost 4 hours. So I think we will call it a day. I think I'm good with a thumbnail, so I'm going to open this before we go. I just want to see the devastation. There we go. There are companies that offer that kind of stuff here, Locke, but not mechanics companies. The company I worked for, which was bringing in a shit ton of money, they didn't offer any benefits, really. They don't care. They don't care about us. They not like us. They not like us. They will beat the living bejesus out of you. Oh, that's cool. I've never seen inside of one of these. Oh, I wish this was smell-o-vision. So I believe that's the sensor there. And this is just the support stuff. You see guys, if we had reached our Patreon goal, we would have the microscope and I could show you under the microscope. But no. You would rather buy non-essentials like groceries and stuff. Obviously, I'm kidding. So something in here got smoky. I don't know if it's the sensor itself or if it's this probably op amp. What am I seeing there? A white blob. Don't know. Looking for signs of heat. So the other thing we're going to do is we're probably going to connect this to a voltage source backwards, and I will look at it through the thermal camera. How's that sound? You think it's the reg? I don't know if that's a reg. Could be. Ugh, it smells horrible. All right, I want to thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate your company. Obviously, you know, being part of the stream makes making YouTube videos feel less lonely, so I really appreciate that. Appreciate the chatters, appreciate the Patreons, and the one who has added their name to it. You know who you are. And I'll catch you on the next one, probably. Okay, so here's the deal. Tomorrow I'm working, so no. Saturday I'm working, so no. Sunday I'm working, so no. Monday I forget if I'm working or not. But Tuesday I might be working at the college. I don't even know what I'm doing yet, and it's Thursday. So we'll see. So probably Wednesday will be the next stream. Have a good one, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye.